Hello, everybody. Welcome back to an episode of the Tier List series. We're back here. It's been a good, good little run of the new series. Just again trying to do more stuff. Now I know this tier might look familiar, because I know we did I think the NFL teams tier list. I believe so. I don't know. I think it was the teams. I think it was. But regardless, or I think it was the logos. I think it was the team logos. But it kind of looks familiar. But I'll be doing more sports stuff, and honestly. I've mixed it up in the past. I know we did the car logos and a couple of other things, but I know mostly so far we've done sports. That's going to be a recurring theme. Most of the time, I will be probably doing sports, but I mean, I'm going to mix it up most of the time also. But mostly, I think I'm gonna be doing sports tier lists. But also, yeah, I'll also mix it up. Don't worry. But I feel like that's the most common type of tier list. Anything with sports really, whether it's sports jerseys, I know we've done, and other things. I know it's been a kind of more sports related. But today we're gonna be doing sports stadiums, at least for the NFL. NFL stadiums for the teams. And I know it had the logos here, but I'll pretty much just be ranking the team, put the logo and associate it with their stadium. So that'll pretty much be good. Right off stadium, which is very interesting. So it's very interesting. I like a NFL stadium, so there's some good ones here. So I'll be ranking them, and yeah, it's pretty much a plan for today. So yeah, again, it's a pretty common thing to do sports tier lists, but again, I'll be mixing it up with just another sports thing. So starting off here with the Chicago Bears, it's an old stadium, a lot of history to it. I'll put it at the A tier, I think. Um, just because the Bears are have a very old stadium. I think it's over 100 years old or something. I think it's one of the oldest stadiums in the NFL. But it's a good stadium, and a lot of history to it, so I'll give it an A. The Bengals Stadium, I'll also give it an A, just because it's a nice stadium, decent structure and whatnot. That's kind of what I'm basing it off of, structure. And personally, I've never been to most of these stadiums. The only stadium I've ever been to is the Eagles Stadium, so I'm kind of basing it off of what I see on internet and TV and whatnot. But Bengals Stadium is pretty good. I would like to go to other stadiums. Hopefully one day I'll be able to go to more NFL stadiums. But for now, just the Eagles. Of course, the Giants. We got MetLife Stadium, and I think I'll also name So we got Soldier Field for the Bears, Paycor Stadium now it is for the Bengals, and of course we have MetLife for the Giants. And I know some teams also share stadiums. So we got the Giants and the Jets that share, then the Chargers and the Rams that share stadium. Um, yeah, so I think that's about it. I was just trying to think. Um, I think that's it. I think only the Jets and the Giants share a stadium, and the Chargers and the Rams. So I think that's about it. So it's going to be a little bit shortened, but yeah. So we got the Giants, and I guess technically also when I rate the Giants, I'm also rating the Jets. So I mean, nothing too much changes. I know they changed the logos around in the setup, but it's pretty much the same stadium. So I'll put the Giants, MetLife Stadium. It's a nice stadium. I know that there's been a lot of problems with the turf there. Players get injured on their turf, but I'll put it on B tier. It's decent. Also, it also loses points because technically the Giants and the Jets stadium is in New York. Um, I mean, it's not in New York. I should say it's in New Jersey. So technically, it kind of loses points because technically they're a New York team, but they really play in New Jersey. I know it's like right across the river, but I don't count that. I don't like that. So it loses points because they don't actually play in New York. So that's a little bit B tier. Steelers Stadium, Heinz Field. I know they changed it to the dumb name. I'm always going to call it Heinz Field. Classic, classic. Also, a lot of history with the Steelers. Heinz Field, so I'll put it in the A tier. Lovely stadium. Levi Stadium for the Niners. Excuse me, allergies here, but just trying to look here. Levi Stadium for the Niners. It's a good stadium all up in Santa Clara. I'll put it at B tier. It's not the best, but just I'm also again just to be clear, I'm basing it off of what it visually looks like, how the stadium is, and I know it's actually newer. It's one of the newer stadiums. I think it was built in like 2015, 2016, around that area. So it's a decently new stadium. But again, I'm basing it kind of off of how the stadium looks, how visually pleasing it is. If it's an ugly stadium, whatever it is, it's you know, kind of that's kind of what I'm basing it off of. It has nothing to do with the team, more or less. Packers Stadium, Lambeau Field, I'll put it at S tier. It's a lovely stadium. Again, a lot of history to it. An old stadium, but it's such a classic looking stadium. Really good setup. I like it. Washington football team or the Commanders, whatever. I'll put that at C tier. The current stadium they play at is not the best, and I'm pretty sure they did get approved for a new stadium. I think in Washington or something like that. So they'll be having a new stadium soon, I believe. But for now, with the stadium they've always been playing at, used to be called FedEx Field. I think they also changed that. They changed a lot of the names of the stadiums over the past couple of years. But I know it's not it, but I'll refer to it as FedEx Field. But it's yeah, it's not the best stadium. It's kind of run down, if you will. So I'll put it at. In fact, I'm actually gonna put it at D tier just because it's kind of a rundown stadium, and I think the Commanders are in fact due for a new stadium. So it's good that they got that. The Chiefs, a very good stadium. So I'll put that at A tier. They have a nice stadium, good crowd energy. Also, I'm also putting that in the factor. The crowds bring great energy for the Chiefs. Good stuff there. Arrowhead Stadium. We've got the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium. I'll put that at B tier. I also like the fact that it's an indoor stadium, but they do also use real grass. I think they pull the grass out and have it grow and whatnot. So that also adds some points. I do like that the Cardinals Stadium looks nice, but they also use real grass despite the fact that it's an indoor stadium. So that's cool how they have that set up. I like that. The Falcons Stadium, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I think that's what it's still called. Um, Again, another fairly new stadium. I'll put that in the A tier. It looks visually pleasing. Hosted a couple Super Bowls. Um, Actually, I don't know. I think it just hosted the one Super Bowl. I'm also just a fun fact, but yeah. Um, yeah, I also like that the roof kind of opens up. Kind of how that setup is. It opens up the little sky thing or the skylight. So that's a nice stadium. I'll put it in the A tier. Most of these are going to be in A tier unless it really is a nice stadium. Um, but yeah. Coming back to the Ravens, M&T Bank Stadium, classic, lovely stadium. I love it. I'm gonna throw that in A tier. Ravens Stadium is very nice. Raymond James Stadium for the Bucks. I'll put that in S tier. And I've seen a lot of Raymond James Stadium. I think more than any other outside stadium. Um, I like Raymond James Stadium. It's a nice stadium. I like how it's set up. I like the cannons that they fire off before every Bucks game. It's a nice stadium, so I'll put that in S tier. I like how it looks. Buffalo Bills, Highmark Stadium. I'll put that at a. I think I might have put it at a B tier actually. It's a decent stadium, but there's some little corpse within. I also think that the Bills are also due. I think they're getting a new stadium. I think they are. Don't quote me on that, but I think from what I've been seeing, they will be getting a new stadium. I think at some point in the next couple of years. So they also might be due for a new stadium. So maybe one day we'll come back and kind of re-rank everything once some of these teams get a new stadium. So for the Panthers, we got Bank of America Stadium. I'm going to put it at E tier just because it's not the best. I don't really like how it looks, especially the lighting and whatnot. It's not the best stadium. I personally don't like it. Again, this is all my personal opinion, but I just don't like kind of how it looks and the visually pleasing. The Browns Stadium, I forget actually what that's called. I know they had First Energy Stadium, but I know they changed the name. Whatever, they changed a lot of these names. I don't know. Well, I'll put it at C tier. It's a nice stadium, good lighting and whatnot. The Cowboys Stadium, I'll put that up at S tier. I don't like the Cowboys, but I really do like their stadium, AT&T Stadium. Put that S tier. Again, it has nothing to do with the team. It's more or less their stadium and where they play. I love the Cowboys Stadium. I hate the Cowboys. I just want to make that clear as an Eagles fan. I hate the Cowboys, but I like their stadium. I like how it's set up. I like the video board and whatnot. I like how the kind of the the windows coming in if you ever watch a Cowboys game or whatever. I like it. I like AT&T Stadium. It's a nice stadium, good quality and everything. Um, Good stuff there, real good stuff. Detroit Lions, Ford Field, lovely stadium. I like the brick wall there. Um, Classic indoor stadium, A tier. Raiders, of course, they recently moved to Las Vegas, Allegiant Stadium. I'll put it at B tier. I don't like it. I think it lacks a little bit of light. I feel like the artificial light coming in during day games. I don't really like it. But it's also a nice stadium. I mean, it's a newer one, but I also don't. Yeah, I'm kind of iffy on the Raiders Stadium. Um, so yeah, it's kind of up in the air there. Texans NRG Stadium. It's a nice stadium. Hosted a Super Bowl. I'll put it in A tier. It's a lovely stadium. Good lighting. All that good stuff. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely stadium there. So we got, of course, the Colts Lucas Oil Stadium. I'll put it at S tier. I also love the Colts Stadium. It's a great stadium. I really enjoy it. I like kind of how it looks, how it's set up. Lucas Oil Stadium. I like the lighting. I like how I think the front half of the stadium, like with the windows and whatnot. I think the windows actually roll down, so when it's like cooler out a little bit, I guess they'll roll it down. And it's a nice stadium. I enjoy it. It's a good stadium, good look, and I love it. Kind of adds to Indiana or Indianapolis. Kind of their factory looks like a factory. Kind of pays homage to their work there and whatnot. So that's nice. Got the Jaguar Stadium. I'll put that at E tier along with the Panthers. I don't really like how it looks. It's kind of mid. And that's all there is to it. The Chargers and the Rams, I kind of like the Jets and Giants, so I'll go hand in hand with that. We have the SoFi Stadium, fairly new. I'll put it at A tier. I like the kind of sunroof feel to it. It's real nice. It's a nice stadium, big stadium, very expensive stadium, and but yeah, it's a nice stadium. I like it. I enjoy it. It's a good one. Hard Rock Stadium for the Dolphins. I really also like that one too. I'll put it in the S tier, I think. And again, some of you might disagree with me, but that's fine. But I like Hard Rock Stadium. It's a good stadium. I like it. I'll put Patriots Stadium, Gillette Stadium at C tier. It's a good stadium. Has a lot of history. I know a lot of good playoff games happen there with Tom Brady and whatnot with the Patriots franchise. But it's kind of a little midi stadium. Kind of also going back to Hard Rock Stadium. I like the setup, and I like kind of how the sun is. They set it up real nice. Um, yeah, it's nice. It's a nice stadium for both stadiums, but Gillette Stadium's kind of midi. We have the Caesars Superdome for the Saints, just recently hosted Super Bowl 59 for the Eagles. I know they won that Super Bowl. Such a classic. I'll put it in A tier because it's a good stadium. I like it. It's a good, again, good structure and whatnot. I like it. Eagles Stadium again. I'll put that in the A tier. Not being biased, but I've been to the Eagles Stadium and it's a very nice stadium. I like how the structure is. I'm kind of a little bit upset that they recently took down the windmills that used to be there because that also really add to the aesthetic of it. Um, but it's a very good stadium. I was just trying to think about to say, but it's a nice stadium, nice bones, very good structure and whatnot. I like the Eagles Stadium. Very good one. Seahawks Stadium, I'll put it S tier. I like the special setup where they kind of funnel the crowd noise down onto the field. Home of the 12s. Beautiful stadium. Used to be CenturyLink Field. I think it's called Lumen Field also. But very lovely stadium. I love it. It's a great place. And I also like the city of Seattle in general. Seattle's a great city. I love it. One of my favorite cities. Um, but yeah, it's nice. It's a nice one. Real nice. Um, so yeah, Seahawks Stadium, S tier, lovely, lovely setup and whatnot. Um, so the Tennessee Titans Stadium, Nissan Stadium, I'll put that at E tier. Not the best stadium, kind of sucks honestly. I don't think I'm gonna put. I mean, there's only two teams left, but I don't think I'm gonna put any of these at F tier. Certainly, nothing is making F tier, but as lowest is the E tier, at least for this specific tier list. But yeah, Titan Stadium not the best. That's kind of made and run down. I don't know. I also think that the Titans are due for a new stadium too. I think there's been talks. I think there's might have been talks that they are going to create a new stadium. I think sometime I don't know. There's been talks about a lot of teams getting a new stadium. But I don't know. That's in talks. I don't know. I haven't heard anything confirmed. Of course, the Broncos got in Power Field at Mile High. I like it. I'll put it in C tier, but I like the structure. I like how it's shaped as a horseshoe to kind of pay homage to the Broncos thing. I also like it's Mile High. Denver special, another one of my favorites. In cities wise. Um, but yeah, I like the structure. Mile High, all good. Um, I like the Broncos, but it's also a little bit of a corpse there, C tier and whatnot. Um, but yeah, um, U.S. Bank Stadium for the Minnesota Vikings. Again, one of the newer stadiums in the NFL as of recent. A tier. I know the Eagles also won a Super Bowl at that one, at that stadium. Was it Super Bowl 54? I think. I think it was Super Bowl 54. Don't quote me on that. I get confused. I forget. But one of those around Super Bowl 54. But it's a great stadium. I like how it looks. The structure is nice. One of the crown jewels. Great for the Vikings, and I like the lighting and whatnot. Everything's great. So I put it at A tier. nice stadium and good stuff there. So um, yeah, very real nice, real nice. Um, yeah, so I guess that'll pretty much do it. Well, I guess that'll pretty much wrap it up for our tier list series. Hopefully, it's a good little list we got going here. I'll kind of give you guys the final look at it. NFL stadiums tier list. I might be confused with the logos, whatever it is, but this is the NFL stadiums. Of course, I'll title it and whatnot. No confusion there. But yeah, again, I'm trying to kind of mix it up a little bit with different kind of topics and whatnot. But most of the time, I don't want to say most of the time, but I'll be doing mostly sports. Like I don't know how to, kind of hard to explain. But I'm gonna mix it up a lot with different topics. Don't worry, it's not always gonna be sports, but sports are gonna be. I'll go as far as to say this: sports are gonna be a frequent topic here on the tier list series, amongst others. But sports is one of the most things I know most about. And you saw the Carlos series I bombed, but yeah, most of the time it's gonna be more frequent for sports um, tier lists and whatnot. But there'll be others, don't worry. But sports are most common for tier lists, like I was saying earlier. But it's nice. But yeah, that's our final list. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Just very nice series we got here. Very good series here that we got. I like the tier list series. I like coming on here. It's very nice. Again, it brings more culture and whatnot to the channel, popular things and whatnot. So it's a very nice series. I like it. Just gonna stay more consistent with it. Have episodes come out every once in a while. But yeah, that'll pretty much do it. I got big stuff, as I was saying. I know I made an announcement, as you guys have seen this video, it was a while ago, I guess a couple days ago, but I made a couple announcements. Just been busy with my new job, but content isn't really going to change wise. I'm always going to get good content out to you guys. There'll be some things changing. I'll just be doing some behind the scenes work on the Discord, the new Discord, doing some extra things. I'll put out some extra announcements. So it's very important. Keep an eye on Twitter, keep an eye on Discord, of course the community tab. I don't post everything on the community tab for the channel, only more important things. But I'll bet Twitter is definitely an easy way for me to put out a quick announcement about something. Same thing with the Discord, so be sure to stay tuned with that. Um, yeah, links in the description for all that as always. But yeah, make sure if you're interested in any announcements, I'll be putting out more quick announcements on Discord and Twitter. So it's very important that you follow that if you're for big announcements and whatnot. Um, so quicker announcements. So be coming out with some more stuff. Just doing some behind the scenes stuff. Just trying to manage the channel and whatnot. And also we've I notice it. We received an influx of subscribers. Got great view count the last couple weeks. Everything's doing good. But yeah, as I'm recording this video, 357 subscribers, jumped 7 subscribers. I think so. I think it was like 7 or 8 maybe, but the subscriber count's going up. So thank you for all you new guys who are coming around here and subscribing. I very much appreciate it. And hopefully we're going to grow even more. For the rest of this year and into next year. So very proud of that, and thank you for all you new subscribers and whatnot. So very happy to see that. Everything's doing great for the channel. I'm very happy with it all. So yeah, got good stuff coming. So just doing some extra stuff, but very committed to the channel and looking to keep forward. So if you're interested, stay tuned. But yeah, with all that being said, of course, make sure to subscribe for more content, like the all good stuff, Discord, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, link in the description as always, as I was saying. Keep updated with all that stuff. And yeah, leave a comment down below. What do you think of my tier list? You think you disagree, agree, whatever it is, maybe that's the beauty of it all. Leave a comment down below. Leave a comment down below what you think of some of the decisions I made in ranking the tier. And if you would have done any differently, whatever you think, whatever it is, maybe whatever you think of the NFL stadiums, whatever, be sure to leave a comment down below. I like to see discussions. That's also a good main key point of the tier list series, discussing everything, each topic of the tier list and whatnot. So, all that good stuff, leave a comment down below. And yeah, all that being said, good stuff coming, and stay tuned. But for now, I will see you guys in the next video.